Hi Year 11, I hope you're well. It's really important that you are still working on your GCSE artwork, obviously while you are off. I've attached this on to show my homework as well, if you've not got a copy anymore. And I'm just going to talk through a little bit as well. So in this booklet, you've got the assessment objectives. We went over these a couple of weeks ago. Assessment objective 1 is looking at artists. Assessment objective 2 is using different materials. Assessment objective 3 is making sure we're recording all ideas. So just little sketches. It doesn't have to be final products, but just little sketches, little ideas. Photographs on there as well, and then assessment objectives 4 is producing your final piece, which you will be starting very soon as well. So assessment objective 1, 2 and 3 all then feed into your final and best piece in assessment objective 4. So that is maybe something you need to be thinking about. On here is some examples of some keywords that you might use to describe colour, line, pattern and texture, tone, shape, form and space. So all these words on here, sometimes you might struggle a little bit on how to describe your work, so that's on there. And there is an example on there as well, and some sentence starters if you're struggling with where to start when you're describing your work, or it might be talking about others' work as well. Artist research. So this page here, loads of information, how you could set it out and helping you describe, analyse, interpret and judge artists' work, and also remember your own work. Remember, you've got to talk about both on there as well. Your sketchbook is a creative journal. It's not just a scrapbook. It needs obviously presenting neatly. So this I'm sure you've seen before. So this is an example of how maybe your page could be set out. So we've got the original, then we've got development through line drawing, continual line drawing. I've explained and talked about what I've done, decorated the page that fits in with the theme that I'm doing. Then I've got an artist, and then I've done something in the style of an artist as well, and then information in the background about the artist and how I've been inspired by them. So you can see the step-by-step process that I've gone through. I've got just an image that I've developed, and then I've developed it in the style of an artist as well. So I've got both on there. Loads of ideas on here. So while you're at home, I understand that you're not going to have the same sort of stuff that we have in school, but there's lots of things around your house that you could use. If you ask your parents or whoever it is you live with to maybe get some things from like Home Bargains is great for really cheap art materials. Or remember, you've all got those packs. So remember, over if you're going to lockdown or over half term, make sure you are taking those little art packs home with you. Alternative surfaces as well. Like I was saying, you might not have things that we use in school, but things around your house that you might be able to find are things like leftover wallpaper, gift wrap, cardboard, tissue paper, even envelopes that you get through the post, just anything that you can draw on, tin foil, anything kind of around your house. Be really creative and think how you could do that. This again, just step by step, it just explains the assessment objectives in a little bit more detail, and again, some good words for you to use if you are struggling when you are describing your work. Pinterest, YouTube, there's lots of places where you can do your research. You spend a lot of time on social media, so use it to follow artists and designers. Obviously, books, newspapers, magazines, documentaries on YouTube. You will find things on YouTube linked to artists. You don't just have to read about it. You could watch something about it. And there's some really good online resources here as well. Pinterest. So you've got your main theme. You can look at art techniques, artists who inspired you, typography, photography, tutorials on how to do things, Photoshop tutorials. That's everything that you should be pinning on Pinterest. It's a great app to have. Just the more you pin, the more ideas it will come up on your particular theme. 144 different artists and a famous artist ideas sheet as well. So there are loads of them on here. This one is quite good because it gives you an idea of actually what sort of style they do. Okay. A little bit of information about careers in art as well. So while you're doing some work at home and you are starting to apply for your college courses, there's some information about careers in the arts if that's what you're thinking of going into. Final evaluation, this is on the PowerPoint. We will be doing this shortly as well. So you might want to have a read through that because you will have to write this out at some point. And then planning for your final piece. This is something you could start to have a think about. What is it you're wanting to do? It doesn't have to just be a canvas, like I've said before. It could be some kind of wall hanging, some kind of dress or garment. Think about what you need to actually create that. Do we have the things in school, or do you need to actually go out and buy or collect something from around your house? Please keep in contact with me over email and via Show My Homework as well.